All right, number 1 asks us to factor. So remember, the first rule of factoring is always look for a GCF. So I have the numbers of 8 and negative 20. And remember, I can always put this in my graphing calculator. I can do math num 9 and put 8 comma 20 and I can get a GCF. But I know that the greatest number that can evenly be divided into both of those is 4. So 4 is going to be part of my GCF, and I see that both terms also have an x in common, so 4x is going to be my GCF. Now I'm going to divide both terms by 4x. And I'm going to put those answers inside of my parentheses. 8 divided by 4 is 2. And if I have 2 and then minus 1, that's going to leave me with an x, because remember, I'm subtracting my exponents. And then 4 goes into 25 times, and my x1 and my x1 subtract, so I don't have any x's left. So the answer to number 1 would be right here. All right, number 2 asks us to factor. So the first rule of factoring is to find a GCF. So looking at all three of these terms of 6, 10, and negative 2, I can tell that they all have a 2 in common. So that's going to be part of my GCF. And I see that they all have A terms and they all have B terms. So that's going to be part of my GCF as well. So I'm going to look to see where my smallest variable is, and that's my A cubed. So that's going to be part of my GCF. And the number of B's that they have in common is B cubed. So that's my GCF. So I can go ahead and divide all three of those terms by 2A cubed B cubed. All right, so we're going to divide each of those and put them inside of our parentheses. So looking at here, 6 divided by 2 is going to be 3. And then I'm subtracting my exponent. So if I have 3 up here and 3 down here, my A terms go away on my first one. So I have b to the 4th up here and b to the 3rd, so those subtract to leave me with a single b left over. And then I'm just going to rewrite the sign. In this case, it's a plus sign. And then I'm going to say 10 divided by 2, which is 5. And then a to the 5th minus a to the 3rd is going to give me a squared left over. And then looking at my b's, I have b cubed minus b cubed, so my b's are going to subtract away. All right, moving on to this last term, this negative 2. I'm going to put a negative sign, and then 2 goes into 2 one time. You can put a 1 if you want to, but you typically won't see it. So let's deal with our a's. We have a cubed, and we are subtracting, we have a to the 7 in this one, and we are subtracting a cubed, which leaves us with a to the 4th left over. And then looking at our b's, we have b to the 5th on top and b cubed on bottom. So if we subtract those are going to give us b squared. And you could distribute that back out to check your answer to make sure you got it correct. All right, looking at number 3. Remember, if it asks us to factor, first thing you look for is a GCF. So I noticed that those are all going to be divisible by 3 because they all add up to 3 or 6 or 9, which are all divisible numbers. So the GCF in this one is going to be 3. So I'm going to divide all of my terms by 3, and it's going to give me a trinomial. So let's take a look at that. I'm going to pull out a 3. So 3 goes into 3 one time, and then I'm just going to list my x squared. I'm going to divide 36 by 3, which is going to give me a 12. X, same sign, plus 108 divided by 3, which is 36. Okay, so notice that my answer is a trinomial here because I have 3 terms, and I can continue to factor this even further by saying I'm trying to find 2 numbers that multiply to 36, that those 2 numbers add or subtract to give us 12. So I know that 6 times 6 multiplied gives me a positive 36, and I know 6 plus 6 will give me 12, so it's going to add up to the bottom number. So remember, if I pulled out original GCF of 3, it's part of my answer. So the final answer would be x plus 6, x plus 6. That's one way you might see it. You also might see it as 3 times x plus 6 squared. both of those are acceptable answers. All right, number 4, again, asks us to factor, so we want to go ahead and look for a GCF. This one does not have one, and recognize that this problem only has 2 terms. So if you only have 2 terms and there's not a GCF, you want to look to see if you have a difference of perfect squares, and you do on this one because we have a difference because it's being subtracted. And there's x squared, so x times x is x squared, so that makes it a perfect square. And 8 times 8 is 64, which makes 64 a perfect square. So remember that there's a little shortcut that we can do. Let me get a pencil right here. No, not there. Remember our little shortcut? We're going to take the square root of each of them. We're going to write it 2 times. And we're going to put a plus in mine and a minus in the other. So that's your answer on that one. Number 5 has 3 terms. So first we're going to look for a GCF, and it doesn't have one on all 3 terms. So we can go ahead and write our little x, where we put the 24 on top, looking for numbers that multiply to 24 that add or subtract to give us negative 11. So probably 8 and 3 are going to be our numbers, and 8 times 3 gives us 24, but those are both going to have to be negative in order for me to make those a possible negative 11. So negative 8 times negative 3 gives me a positive 24. Negative 8 plus negative 3 gives me a bigger negative of a negative 11. So we're going to pull those 2 terms out of x minus 8. Doesn't matter which one you pull out first. You can put the x minus 3 first if you want to. Doesn't matter. And that would be your answer on that one. All right, so same thing for number 6. You are going to first look for a GCF. Doesn't have one. It has 3 terms, so we can go ahead and find numbers that multiply to 35, that those same 2 numbers add or subtract to 12. So we're probably going to be doing 5 and 7. And if I've got plus plus here, then I'm going to have plus plus over here. So x plus 5 is going to be one of my answers, and x plus 7 is going to be another answer. And remember, if you need to find the things that multiply and you're looking for a list, remember you can go into your calculator into y equals, and you can type in 35 divided by x and then hit second graph, and that will bring up a list of values, and you can see a whole list of things that multiply, so you can find what add or subtracts to the given number you're looking for.